Hello, my name is Kevin Rourke and I'm responding to a video by Wintersome. And this video came about in response to somebody else's video which is about fight you're supposed to lose. Tabletop Titan did a video on that. But Wintersome came up with the interesting thing of pointing out the fights that you're supposed to win. Where effectively you're being railroaded into winning, which isn't too much fun either. And I've had some personal experience with this. To be honest with you, I really don't like it. And if you're going to do it, make it very clear that we're just going to do this cinematically and do it. Like if you're being open about it, I can get it. Like he says himself, but when you're bringing dice into it and you're making people do a straight up fight, I can give one particular example where I was playing, and we were playing a game of Battletech and RPG, and we were losing. We weren't doing particularly well, but then all of a sudden reinforcements came in from one of the flanks. They had been freed up, and the enemy were wiped out because these are all fresh mechs, they had no damage, and then we were wiped out and we won. It didn't feel that great of a victory, especially when later on the GM said that he always, I think it might just been to me, but I think he said in front of one or two other people, he might have said separately, that he always had a backup plan in case the players were going to lose. That there would always be somebody come in and help us, which kind of takes away from you. You need to be, it's a bit of a bitter pill to swallow when you lose in a game like that. Sometimes if the GM does it well, it's usually fun, but when you don't feel like there's a risk of defeat, it's not that much fun. Especially then when in the same game the GM was pulling out all sorts of dirty tricks effectively, and I'll stand by that. If he wants to talk to me about it, it's like, yeah, no, he unfortunately, we had the map done out for the final battle, we had to defend this place, and she's like, okay, we've got to defend this place, so we've set up our defenses. And we had, let's say, you know, we're here, we've got this little fortress, and the enemy are here, and they've got to run away all towards us. They're clan mechs, so they're better. They've got everything they have is just better. But because we're PCs, we're down to camp, we're pretty good now. Like, we're probably better parsing them on average. But these are really hard guys coming in. And we got this, and it's like, yeah, he's put down a couple, I think it was like 4 map sheets, but it was long ways this way, so I'm going in. Here's the problem. He had us deploy down. First turn, they came in this way. The actually guys come in basically right on top of our base, all with jump jets. It just, it would have felt more challenging if we had lost some of those early matches. Now I can understand if you go, I don't want you guys to be captured by the clans because the whole mess of things. Although you could have done something interesting with that, where we lost our mechs, they were trying to turn us into bondsmen, either we become bondsmen or a broken out thing in the world. It would have been interesting. It would have been a bit of a daring way for him to go, but he didn't. And I've been in games where it feels like, yeah, bad stuff can happen to you, but you'll never lose because one of the NPCs will come and save you. And I really got sick of that, because like, your character can suffer, but you'll never really lose. Like, yeah, I want to lose. I want it. And one of my friends lately, he went off and he ran a midnight game. And we did TPK in the first session, and that was it. He was horribly depressed about it. He was like, God damn it, I'm a terrible GM. I keep killing guys back. You're not. It's a harsh world. It sucked that we died, but that's life. And I appreciate the fact that characters have died in his game, and they've died in other games if he's right. And I can respect that, because when I achieve something in one of his games, I know it's because I've done something clever, or even if I've just gotten lucky, I'm okay with that. Where I've been in other games where it's common either in the GM or particular gaming groups, and everyone flits between gaming groups a bit. Like if you're main game group, you might play an odd game, someone does, but occasionally you come into a gaming group and you realise that, yeah, people are very anti if their character dies, which, look, I don't like my character dying. I don't want my character to die. If I do want my character to die, I'll retire the damn character, although sometimes some GMs can make that extremely difficult. And as a GM, sometimes when somebody comes up in an opportune moment, it's like, okay, can you stick with the character for a while, because this is actually an awkward moment to write them out and for it to make sense. But you could just have something random happens and they die or whatever. It's like, and I get that. But I don't know. You have to be able to lose. And then, although this is somewhat separate from the thing of fights where you are definitely going to win, where you have to win, but there's a lot linking in there because it just feels cheap. It feels, when you get situations like that where the GM's putting in fights where you have to win and there are certain fights you have to lose. You can talk about railroading, and I imagine many people are going to give out about it. But as well as the other thing of, horse railroading, it's, as when I'm a player, I want to come and have an impact. I want to, my character do stuff or try and do stuff. If they fail utterly, that's fine. But I want to feel like me being present at the game makes a difference. I don't want to feel like the GM is, and I've heard some GMs talk about like this, where it's their story and the players are basically experiencing. It's like, yeah, but if we can't get any feedback, if there's no two ways about this, I'm not showing up at your house every week or every 2 weeks or whatever to sit down and watch this, you know, barely interact with this fantastic tale. You come across it in lots of scenarios and things as well. Like there's plenty of written scenarios where basically, yeah, you lose. I can think of one second edition Warhammer Fantasy one where it's just such a terrible scenario, utterly badly proofread and everything, but you have to lose in that one. But where you have to win, it just cheapens it. It cheapens all your other victories. I can understand GM goes, okay, you guys are losing. We're going to have, you know, maybe he's going to make it easier for the players to escape because they don't want to be arrested or be killed. I can get that. That's okay. I can get behind that a bit because, but just you can't lose. And when people realise that you've done this once, every other time's that much cheaper. Every other time just means so much less, and it can really be a disheartening thing. Because the rest of the campaign could have been perfectly fine up to that point. But when that happens, it's not so much fun. Anyway, those are my own thoughts. I don't think it's a good way for the GM to go. If you're gonna do it, be blatant about it. It's like, yeah, you guys are, you have this. Or you just be honest about it, because if people think this is a regular fight and they realise that it's not a regular fight because you're not going to let them lose, they're not, you know, I know I wouldn't be happy, because that's going to be the back of my head for every future fight. If you're honest about it and say, yeah, you're not going to lose this because of X, Y, and Z, I can get behind that, even for completely out of character reasons, for a story thing. If you're honest about it from the go, that's grand. If you're making if I'm thinking in every future fight, can I lose this even? Can my character even die? Is there any risk? Why am I here? Do the decisions I make have any kind of an impact? And those kind of fights where you can't lose, and the GM's not being honest about that. Now, if there's something honestly is going to happen regardless, and it's extremely unlikely that the players will lose, that's fine. But just shoehorning in stuff so the players, you know, win, it cheapens everything, and I'm extremely against it. So, those are my thoughts. I'll see you again. Goodbye.